This the War Report coming live every Tuesday at 7 with Steve, Cat, Ryan, Amanda, and Eric. And the voice of NEW, Vince Berry. Hitting all the topics like a clothesline flurry. Turn up your speakers and hear them out. You can listen from your car, even on your couch. They too raw, who NXT? Handing out smackdowns, follow on IG. Plus, it's sponsored by Tag Me a Date. Go to YouTube and sub now for every update. It's all wrestling here. No safe space, now listen in. Time to hear from some of the greats.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the War Report After Dark. The Tribal Chief, the OTC, has returned. Lots to cover as we break down the week in pro wrestling. Welcome to another edition of the War Report After Dark. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, man. How's it going?
It's going. My apologies for not being here last week. It was a long drive back from LBI. But I don't really have much to add from what you guys all talked about. And I did go back and listen to the show.
Oh my God.
First of all, the intro was phenomenal.
Oh, good.
Absolutely phenomenal. Fucking hilarious.
Bro, we started the show. We did the whole thing with the swerve dance and everything. And then I realized they didn't hit the second go live button like 5 minutes into the show. And I'm like, guys, we got to start all the way over. So we just did it again as if nothing ever happened.
All I hear is, as it's going back through, I just hear Al go, sorry, Steve.
Yeah, people had no idea.
So I want to just say this. And I don't really want to get too into it because we shouldn't even be talking about it anymore at this point. But I do just want to say this. I had every intention, if I was going to be on the show last week, to actually say some positive things when it came to the Goldberg-Gunther match. I mean, it was much longer than I expected it. I thought for what it was probably one of his better performances. It was a nice way to go out. I did think afterwards, him getting cut off was shitty. But things do happen, and time restraints are what they are. It's the network. It's not, WWE doing it. They put it right up on their social media where it's going to get tons of attention anyway. So I was actually going to kind of say some positive things, right? Like, it was much better than I expected it to. It's a way to go out. There's not many guys that get to go out the way Goldberg did, especially in his hometown, all that kind of shit. And then he goes and has this fucking interview where he talks about how pissed off he is about it, like everything about it, and how it should have been at a PLE, and this, that, and the other, and that, they wouldn't have done this if it was Undertaker. And I'm just listening, and I'm like, first of all, let's not put yourself in the same category as the OG, The Undertaker. I mean, I was a Goldberg guy for WCW days and all that shit, but you're not Undertaker. Number two, you got a much better send-off than The Undertaker. He fucking did it in a cinematic match. Not that it wasn't, amazing. But nonetheless, it wasn't at a WrestleMania in front of 60, 70, 80,000 people. You got to go out in your hometown on Saturday night's main event The main event, the entire show was built around you.
Which is pretty much a PLE, by the way.
Right. You got, and the entire show was built around you. Like, everything about the show was built around Goldberg for weeks. The build, everything else. And you're going to sit there and say that, maybe it was a rib and shit like that. Like, it's ungrateful at this point. Like, it's shitty. What else are you expecting? If it was at a major PLE, they wouldn't have been able to make it all about Goldberg.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're still going to, like, let's say it was SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're going to outshine John Cena and Cody Rhodes or CM Punk and,
right.
Whatever. Like, so I don't know.
He wouldn't have been the main event of either night. He would have probably been the opening. Yeah.
What up, Chairman? So that kind of pissed me off, kind of turned me off. And at this point, it's like, dude, just ride off into the sunset. And then he said something like, in 2 weeks I can spill the beans or something. I don't know what the fuck that means. I assume that's just his contract length, is up. But like, what are you gonna spill? Like, I don't know. The whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm kind of with Al at this point. Fuck Goldberg.
Fuck him.
There we go.
That's right. Fuck him.
Oh, Steve, do you like some of my new graphics back here?
I do. That one is one of my favorites, actually.
The Rizzler, I love it.
It's hilarious.
What a guy.
So that's really all I wanted to contribute when it came to that. I just wanted to get the Goldberg thing out,
and I just love like how cinematic wrestling is, because they did to the end of the show exactly what he did to Bret Hart's career. They cut it short, and it was great, and I loved it.
God damn. Shit. Oh boy, what a day.
I also want to point out that I think the Rollins deal, I don't think it's fully a work, but I don't think it's as serious as they're making it to be. And I think he is cashing in at SummerSlam and people are going to lose their fucking minds.
Huh.
That's what I'm guessing. I could be completely wrong. Like, maybe it is, and he's going to be out, for an extended period of time. It's possible. But I don't know. Chimman, what do you think? You think it's a work, or?
It's 100% a work. It's all bullshit. Yeah. They need to add a little spice, a little adobo to this feud here. So how you do that is make it seem like it's a shoot, comes out as a work, everybody wins at SummerSlam, and it goes over.
Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. Chairman and I are agreeing already. We're already off to a good start. Look at that.
It's a new year.
He cashes in on CM Punk, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think that makes the most sense?
I mean, it would, but I don't think Punk should get the belt just to lose it in a month.
See, I kind of agree with that too.
Well, he won't wait a month. He'll lose it the same night.
Well played.
David Roscoe over at YouTube. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch Women's IC Championship. I mean, doesn't sound like that's really in the cards, my friend. They're redoing Becky Lynch with Valkyria.
Another
rubber match, right? They're 1-1, right? That's the rubber match between them?
Yes, sir.
Not that it matters. Who gives a fuck about that match? Fucking boring.
I really don't. It does nothing for me, and I don't really know why. Like, Lyra doesn't do anything for me. And it's not to say anything about her in ring. I mean, she's good, but I don't know. Maybe maybe she's not convincing enough for me on the mic. Maybe that's what my issue is. I don't know.
I think it's her face. She's got to work on her face.
Wow, that's a tough one.
That's fucked up. That's funny. David Roscoe, I really want to see Trish 8th women's champion. Listen, I get it, my dude. I think it would be great. But right now they have so much amazing talent in the women's division that I would rather see Stephanie Vacquier be a champion before I see Trish get her 8th. Like, it does nothing You know, like and Trish was phenomenal during Evolution. I thought she did an outstanding job with Tiffy. Much better than I expected that match to be, too. Like, Trish, to me, it just was one of those things where she didn't even look like she missed a step, and she's like a fine wine. She's just aging well, and she's incredible. I
Well,
thought that was great.
just keep in mind the advantages that there's now, right? We have a AAA per se that you will go there a month or two before you have to get in the ring. It's not like you're getting up cold turkey or practicing by yourself. So,
Right.
and she's a pro. She's
She is.
always been a pro. She stays in great shape. So for her, it's like second nature, man. It's like asking The Rock to get in the ring and to practice for a month. He's gonna do it, regardless what his age is, because he works out every goddamn day.
Yeah.
She also took a couple of great bumps, a lot of stiff shots, and took it like a champion with no problem because she is a champion. So I also
Yeah.
just don't think it's good for us to see her regularly because one, it's not physically, it's not good for her, obviously, and two, as Steve said, it's about everybody else. The roster is stacked. I mean, the women's roster is probably 5 times better than the men's roster right now,
I
and
can't
it's
argue with that either.
it's
Yeah, we
amazing to
can't
see
argue
that.
that.
If you asked, a young man like myself, maybe 20 years ago, if that would be the case, I would just say get the fuck out of here. But it's
Yeah.
it's truly amazing. So hopefully they could keep writing them some good stuff and get Stephanie the belt as soon as possible because she's super over.
I mean
Yeah, Blair needs that belt.
that women's division really might currently be the best women's division in professional wrestling. Like they
Might be the
just
best ever.
and I'm including
would argue
NXT in
that.
it too because there's some talent on NXT that is just fucking incredible.
I would argue
So
with the way Al said it too. I would argue that it's probably the best wrestling roster of all time.
And
yeah,
and to add to that, collectively, I think just every like TNA has a good one, AEW has a good one, NXT has a good one, the WWE obviously has a good one. So like women's wrestling is at the top tier as I've ever seen.
yeah. I mean, I like that Evolution pay-per-view super exceeded any expectation I had for that pay-per-view to the point where when it was over, I said they're going to do this every year now. Like it was a great show. The women really did their thing, and it was great. So
I think it was also a litmus test, right? Because they haven't done it in such a long time. They also didn't do a great job building it up, and there were several
right.
thousand seats that weren't sold. So to your point, they barely gave us anything, and it's so far exceeded all those expectations.
Yeah,
So I think
and
that was the
then
best on paper.
but you know what too? Like in terms of like the ticket sales and shit, right? Could they have? Could they have done something like bring some of the other quote unquote legends that we wanted to come back actually come back and announce it? Would that have put the extra butts in the seats? Because there's one name in particular or two that if it was promoted that they were going to be there, they would have sold out. They may have had to add seats, but they didn't. And I get it because you want to showcase the roster that you have, which I think is awesome. But imagine if they had said, say 30 days ahead, the return of Paige in the Battle Royal,
Yeah.
or the return of AJ Lee. I mean, either of those two, if you were able to get them, they would have fucking sold out the place.
You know what? What I'm gonna say to your statement is this: to add what we've been saying prior to, right? The fact that we have so much good talent. I'll take it a step further. Why not do like a like an incursion of brands that like have NXT come in or TNA come in and have them battle maybe top 3 stars against the top 3 stars for supremacy of the brand or something. Have like a civil war within or a war within
The War
brands,
Games.
and like that could be another match, or you could do like a Royal Rumble and you put X amount of girls from
War
not a Royal
games.
Rumble, I'm sorry, over the woman's top rope elimination, some shit like that, like something intriguing, because if you do it every year, I think it will get a little watered down. I
And
think that's what was special about it.
You are starting to see more and more NXT talent making appearances on either SmackDown or Raw. You know, like even the surfer chick, Soul Cow something, the one that does that fucking crazy ass flipping stunner or whatever the fuck they call it.
Sol Ruka.
Soul Ruka, yeah, her. Her finisher is insane. But like they just had her, and then she was in Saturday Night's Main Event, so they're starting to do more of that.
I mean, her finisher looks good, but it's fucking stupid because she hurts herself. She hurts herself more than her opponents. I don't understand.
It's like, what's the?
Who cares?
what's the
It looks great.
With
Okay,
the black
but hold on.
girl.
So you're telling me you want me to? Okay, you're gonna run, do a backflip, and then give me the diamond cutter, and I'm supposed to allow you to do this? Are you fucking out of your mind?
Well, no, sir. We're not allowing you to do it. We're groggy. We're bent over because our stomach hurts. Because
But I have to be at one of the four corners for you to do this bullshit.
Well, that's very true. Before we go on, David Rosca, Becky Lynch turn heel sucks. I tend to think that if you feel that it sucks, then she's doing a great job. I like Becky Lynch as a heel, so I'm good with it myself.
I mean,
In fact, I think I like Becky more as a heel.
Agree.
She was always a heel anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always been-
well, just like Seth Rollins.
oh, for sure.
I just don't. I don't know what is this gimmick anyway. Is he the joke or what the fuck is it?
Rollins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rollins.
exactly.
What's his gimmick?
He is now the leader of
Of
Braun
a
and
faction that has no name and that randomly loses, and they're 3 times the size of their opponents. Fantastic.
I really actually couldn't tell you what his gimmick is at this moment because he's not coming out prancing and dancing and all like even like the shit he's wearing isn't as like Elton Johnish as it has been, you know. So, but I couldn't tell you what the fuck it is, and now he's got the Fugazi injury, possibly Fugazi injury. So I should Fugazi possible.
It's not fucking. It's not. It is fucking a complete work because he lands. He sits down on the side, looks at Paul, and Paul goes, "Oh, are you injured? Yes, I am injured. Should we get the ref?"
See, but
Okay.
I will say this. Is
on,
anybody on this hold on? Is anyone on this panel going to tell me that there wasn't a moment where he kind of pushes himself into the corner, catches a look in his face like, "Oh shit." Like, I don't know. There was a point where I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. Like, this might be legit." Like I said, I think something happened, but
No,
I don't
nothing
think it's
happened.
as serious as.
Because they cut him out of the shitty Captain America film. He had to use his good acting for Raw, and that's all it was.
Damn.
All right. He does a fucking. First of all, he does what, like 78 high spots, back to back to back. Why was that necessary in any way, shape, or form? Then he does another one, whatever, a Sai moonsault, Jericho shit, lands perfectly fine, then grabs his knee and goes to the side. They don't even throw up the X. The ref immediately grabs a little mini mic box on the left of her pants. And she's like, what are we doing here, guys? And they're like, oh, why don't we have him stand up and then do a shitty BFT and then make this guy look even worse because he has no gimmick either. Fucking play Sprite, whatever the fuck he is. And it's just like, what do we do? Who's writing this shit? Just tell me who's writing this. That's all I
don't.
want.
I don't know.
You know, I never think that Chairman's descriptions of what happened are 100% accurate, but I always think that they're very entertaining, and that the spirit of what he's saying is right. So I'm with him. But also,
Was that a shot?
He
Was
tried
that a
to
shot?
bump. He tried to bump beforehand. Like, I mean, he tried to flip beforehand, and he kind of like limped. So the fact that he tried a second one and then got injured, like if he was really limping the first one, I don't think he was going to try that again.
Right,
He would have
yeah.
done something alternate. So, and
The
that's
first-
right. They never did throw up the X. I didn't catch that, so that makes sense.
That is a good point. I didn't ever see an X thrown up either.
no, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, he injured himself. Damn. And then, like, I gave it a couple hours and went back and watched it again. I was like, oh, huh, something a little off is happening.
And also Paul Heyman, was it whenever he was on, he goes like he's going to be out a long time. Like that was just like extra.
Right? Yeah, they're laying it on a little thick, and even like, oh, Seth's wearing crutches and a knee brace, or it's like, yeah, but anybody can get crutches and a knee brace to take a picture for Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, I think he protests too much at this point. I don't know.
I will say this. At the end of the day, I really hope that it is a work and that it's not a serious injury because, obviously you don't want to see that. But the other thing, too, is he is involved in so much right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it's and listen, I mean, they have enough people where they can figure it out. But the obvious way to go would be to just go and push the hell out of Braun Breaker. But I just think they should keep this going for a while and not put him in that position yet, because if you fast track him to the title, I think it's too soon. Not because of talent. I just think it needs to be a progressive kind of thing. I think it's just too fast, too soon, in my opinion.
Breaker's not getting the belt for over a year. There's nothing to worry about.
Over a year, wow.
No, but see, I kind of agree with that.
I don't know.
I could see that.
100% over a year. Unless Paul Heyman decides to flip on Seth and then goes with Braun, with whatever, Braun Breaker, what the fuck his name is. They all have Braun in their names.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, eventually
what was
the
that name
obvious...
he gave him? The Brawnies or whatever it was? The Brawns.
The Braun ones.
Oh, God.
I mean, the only thing that makes sense is, assuming Seth is still in the picture, he cashes in, he becomes champion, and eventually Braun Breaker turns on Rollins because he wants that title.
yeah, we got some time, though. That's at least a year.
Man, I was thinking between the Rumble and WrestleMania. Like, I think they strap him up soon.
Or if the kid doesn't get hurt before that, because he does a lot of crazy shit.
I mean, that's true, too. Hopefully that's not the case, but there have been a slew of legit injuries lately. So, it's going around. It's spreading. So hopefully this isn't as bad, or it is a full work, and time will tell. We'll have to see. But I guess we should talk about SmackDown a little bit. I do love what they're doing with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I mean, listen, clearly they brought back Alexa. They had absolutely nothing prepared to do with her, which I don't know why we didn't just throw her immediately into the Wyatt 6 situation, but I guess
it makes no sense.
But I guess we could do that at any time. So you brought her back. You didn't really know what you were going to do with her. You got Charlotte, who you're desperately trying to get over as a face. It doesn't seem to be working. She's still heel as ever, so maybe let's throw them together. I do kind of like the two of them together. I like the banter between the two. And it looks like, they're working it out, and they're not friends, but obviously they're becoming friends. And I think they are going to win the tag team titles, and I think this is going to be a thing.
Question.
And but I am enjoying them together.
You think they're winning it?
I do.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree.
I do.
What's that going to do, though, to the storyline for when this girl comes back, though? I really want these girls to keep the title. Roxanne Perez and what's her name?
Well, number one, that doesn't mean that they don't win it back by the time Liv
Right.
is ready to return. You know what I mean? A lot of times these things flip-flop so much, we sit here and question why the fuck they keep flip-flopping. So they can always win it back before then. That feud, you're going to see what you want to see regardless. It's going to happen when she comes back. Because with or without the title, she's still a part of Judgment Day. She really took Liv's spot. They almost look like they're the same fucking height. It's all perfect.
Well, she's 10 times better than Liv. So it'll be good to see them feud for reign.
I think Liv has come a very, very long way. I don't know that she's tenfold over Liv.
She's come a long way from Enzo Amore. You're right. Absolutely.
I mean, listen, Roxanne is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think Liv has come a long way. Where she's
Roxanne's
she's up there.
She's a beast. She's the best.
She's come a long
Roxanne
way,
is a
but
beast.
she's still no Roxanne Perez.
Right.
No, I think Roxanne is better, but I don't think by that much. Like, you know,
It's because
if
you
you're
haven't
gonna
been in the
put
ring
him
in
in
a
a
long
rating,
time.
maybe 7. Well, that's true. I'm a little rusty, but you know, maybe like 10 and then 7. You know, like somewhere in that range. But
That's a big difference. A 10 and a 7 is very big.
well, true. But this ain't one bite. Everyone knows the rules. You know.
Here we
All right,
go.
Frankie.
Here we go.
Tara, oh my God, so sorry, I forgot the show was tonight. Not a problem. You can find it
always-
anywhere.
yeah.
Happy belated to my son. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like Alexa with Charlotte too, but I still want her back with the Wyatts. Yeah, I agree. And I think we'll get it eventually. Alexa Bliss herself has not ruled it out. So when it makes sense, you know, it's like, it's one of those things where Alexa has to go on a losing streak for a while. And then she just, like, takes a
Right.
bad hit to the head, and next thing you know, she's on the playground talking with Lily. And
Did
then
you-
the
did
White
you
and Six
say-
show over.
So you say for a while? I mean, hasn't she lost every match since she's returned?
No. No, actually,
No,
she's
she
won
qualified
more
for the
matches than she's
Elimination
lost.
Chamber. Yeah,
Yeah.
she
And then
qualified
lost
for the
that.
Elimination Chamber,
And then lost the Elimination
that's-
Chamber.
but she still won a match to get in the chamber. You don't just get in the chamber just by showing up, unless you're Charlotte Flair.
That's true. Well, you got to be fair to Flair.
So
Sure, Charlotte. Nah.
Speaking of
Okay.
Charlotte Flair, it was
What, did her
said.
boobs
So
pop out again?
no, God, no. She got it. She actually went down a size to make sure that doesn't happen again. But
Got several sizes. Several.
yeah, like the Grinch.
Several sizes in the boobs and several heights up in the chin.
And the Grinch's boobs shrank 3 sizes that day. But she apparently, this feud was supposed to end like this week or last week, and Charlotte is enjoying it so much she asked for the Alexa thing to continue.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she actually said she's having so much fun with it that she wants. And I also think that she's probably sick of, like, okay, so I'm gonna have to, like, turn on her and I'm gonna be a heel, and, like, she's already getting booed enough as it is. Maybe it's just time for her to be a babyface.
Well,
for a
they
little while.
are as of this past week, they are starting to cheer Charlotte. So the
Exactly.
idea of putting them together is working. If it was solely to get Charlotte like back over as a face,
And I
So-
don't know if that was the intention, but it's definitely what it's doing, and I think she likes that, because otherwise it's back to being a heel.
right. I do like her either way, though. We also should mention at the beginning, the very open of SmackDown, as they went on the air, there was this massive car accident that took place prior to the show starting, involving Solo and his family tree, and we weren't sure who was responsible to this presented hit and run. Of course, they accused Jacob Fatu. The police are doing their investigation throughout the show. They have an interaction with Jacob Fatu. He's convinced by Pierce to go with them and be questioned. He's in the back of a cop car until video proof shows that it was all a setup and it had nothing to do with Jacob. And then chaos ensued later on in the ring. I kind of liked the way it was presented throughout the show. I thought it was pretty funny, especially when the cops came back and arrested Jacob or Solo. It was comedic. I enjoyed it. Who hated it? I know somebody's hated it on this panel. I'm going to assume it's Chairman.
I was just going to say,
Chomping.
I'm waiting for Sammy to say some shit. Yeah.
I mean, I keep kicking it to me for all the shitty shit, and I got to try to find something positive. But all I can say is what I've been saying for the last 2-3 years. Solo's a fucking star. The guy,
Solo's funny
he's
as hell.
gold. He's just gold.
His
Anything he
facial
touches,
expressions and everything, bro.
his acting when he's in the ring, when he's out the ring, he's like, I'm sorry. He's telling him to let him go. Call my lawyer. Let me go. Call my lawyer. The fucking kid is gold. He makes everything much better. So, I mean, besides that, I don't know. I'm
showing
over
a
this
lot
more
more-
werewolf. Everybody loves
He's
him. I'm over him already.
He's showing more personality, Solo. You know,
Yes.
his whole intention at the beginning was kind of like this silent enforcer guy, and now it's interesting that they didn't lean into him being serious. They've actually found that he's better kind of being a little goofy, a little funny, and like it works a lot better.
I agree.
Well,
Definitely.
I mean, it was organic, right? So he didn't talk for like a year. Then he took over for like 9 months, talking but still serious. Now he's himself in his own group. So it's a perfect transition. He's evolving very well.
Yeah, no, it's very true. We
No
had
argument
Stephanie, huh?
I said no argument there.
We had Stephanie Vaquer. She was up against Alba Fire and the Secret Hervis. She's amazing. I absolutely love Stephanie Vaquer, and I loved her. Well, we'll get to that, but she's just awesome.
Oh yeah, she's on her way to being a top talent, and AEW and WWE both recognized it around the same time. She put in a lot of work down in Mexico, and obviously it paid off. I mean, this is development and wrestling technique that you don't get out of the performance center. You get out of just like performing at Arena Mexico every Wednesday night for 10 years, and this is what comes out of it. So she's great.
She really is. DIY versus Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, Andrade, and Ray Phoenix. I mean,
Fucking lackluster, and who gives a shit?
see, I didn't think it was lackluster. I didn't really give a shit, but I didn't think it was lackluster.
How
What?
do you have in your company probably some of the greatest tag teams ever, right? And you can't create a decent storyline that makes them look good. And why do we have to have fucking 28 people in the ring? Why do I need 28 people in the ring every week because you can't come up with a storyline? Can you write something? How the fuck is it hard to do that?
Well, I
don't get it.
think
I
there
don't
is a
fucking get it.
I think there is a storyline, and I think they're working their way to it.
I have a storyline. I got an idea. Let's put 48 guys in the fucking ring and let them fight. And then at the end of it, we're gonna choose
Last man
one
standing.
team that likes it this week, and then next week we'll let the other team win. And then after 8 weeks, we're right back at the same fucking point we were 2 months ago. What are we talking about here? Come on. And then randomly, the other
I
night,
love when you're here.
I'm sorry, but you know it's true. Then the other night, the fucking LWO wins. Who the fuck cares about the LWO? Why are they winning now? I mean, what is going on?
I mean,
like to point out
he has a point. He's not lying. It's true.
the Latino coalition of the podcast saying this about the LWO, so it's not coming from like a weird place. This is like
Nah,
Latinos don't give a
from
shit.
another Latino. Fuck them. Like they ain't nothing. Move on. Keep it going.
Exactly. And you know
Oh
why?
my
Because
God.
you couldn't write them a
Oye,
fucking
Benzito.
storyline. So they could work. The LWO, they know how to work. They're good in the fucking ring, but you got to write them some shit. It can't just be that you're Spanish. What
Aren't
kind
they
of
like
fucking
Triple A
gimmick is
champs or
that?
something?
Who
Aren't they
cares?
AAA
Nobody
champs?
cares. They could be AAA champ. It doesn't matter. It could be any champ you want. It's irrelevant on TV. Show off. Do something. What the fuck's going on? Who writes this shit?
Would you prefer instead of AAA if they were the Hertz Rent-A-Car Tag Team Champions?
I mean, the only AAA I give a fuck about is the batteries and the remote control. That's all I care about.
Hey, Chairman. Yo, Chairman, now that you gave us the positives, do you want to give us the negatives of the
Yeah, what's it?
When I find one, I'll let you know.
All right, bet.
All right, well, here, let's just get right to it then. Chairman, I would like to know your reactions to the main event segment, which was John Cena and Cody Rhodes, where Cena decided that he's too mentally tired and cannot perform his duties at SummerSlam and would not be signing said contract, to then ultimately be Cody'd through a table and then forced to sign. So the match. Oh, and then of course fine print that is now a no holds barred type situation. How did you feel about that segment?
I think John Cena was just trying to be the peacemaker here.
Cheap plug.
I think he was really trying to let bygones be bygones, right? and just explain he needs a mental health day every once in a while, right? And I figured he figured by doing that in the middle of the ring, in front of thousands of fans, millions around the world, this would make the most sense. Plus, let's piss off the guy who wants to fight me in a three-piece suit every day. Which, again, I get it. I like suits too, but you can't go in a fight with a three-piece suit every day. It doesn't make sense. But there was subtle hints. Did you see Cody wearing the watch that Rock gave him?
I did notice that. Yes.
So is there a turn
And the
here? No,
glasses.
no holds
Well,
barred?
so I'm glad you brought that up, Chairman, because there is a lot of chatter across social media that we might be in for a double turn, which is something we have not seen in quite some time. But there is theory out there that this could be the official Cody heel selling his soul moment where he turns and John Cena wins back the crowd, which, to be fair, he really never lost. It's definitely possible. I personally don't think the WWE is ready to pull the trigger on a Cody Rhodes heel turn. I do think that because it is a no holds barred, I think we are seeing the final boss at SummerSlam.
Well, we have to sell a little bit more of American Wheatley vodka first. Then we can turn him heel. So after we sell a couple more bottles with Cody's face on it, then we'll turn him heel, I think.
You know, and all jokes aside, too. I mean, you talk about the all the shit, you know, like the merch and everything else with Cody. I just don't know. I think he might be falling into that John Cena trap, where like even John Cena wanted to go heel and Vince wouldn't pull the trigger. I mean, there was a time where John Cena had heel music ready to go, heel merch ready to go. They were about to like do it, and last minute Vince said, "I can't do it. We got to keep you face because of the kids and this and that." I think Cody's falling into the same trap, and I don't think they pull the trigger. Yes, it's Triple H now. Maybe that's different. I don't know. I think it's too soon.
I mean, that's a good assessment. I just think we need to give him more time. You can't judge Cody's 2-3 year run to Cena's 10 to fucking 15-year run. It's very different.
That's fair. That's fair.
As somebody who thought Cody should have turned heel sometime back in 2021 or 2022 in AEW,
yeah,
I don't know if I can enjoy this heel turn if it happens, because it's like this is literally 4 years after this motherfucker should have turned heel. He was adamant. The whole part of the reason he left AEW was his like insistence on being this big baby face. Obviously, it worked out, but what I'm saying is like there were opportunities for him in AEW. He had this stipulation put on when he lost the Jericho match that he couldn't challenge for the title ever, which he put on himself, and I think was a way of saying, hey, I'm still available, WWE, but that's a whole other conspiracy theory. But he had this stipulation. Remember, I always expected, when Cody turns heel, he's going to find a way around the stipulation to, like, figure out a way to get himself a title shot. And none of that ever happened. Like, 1 week he dyed his hair jet black, so you're like, a heel turn's coming. And then 1 week he lost to Aleister Black on a Collision or a Dynamite or some shit, and he put his boots in the middle of the ring like he was retiring. Like, he did all this goofy shit that just didn't make sense otherwise. You know, the heel turn was the only thing that made sense. Like, if he was turning heel, all this goofy shit he was doing would then make sense. Like, it was intended for you to, like, be the seeds of a heel turn, but it just never came to fruition. And by the time he left AEW, the crowd was sick of him. And, you know, the scuttlebutt is like eventually within WWE, if he just keeps beating this same babyface drum thing, the same suits every week, my dad, the whole goddamn thing, that he's going to fall into the same trap that he did when he was in AEW, and where fans are just going to get sick of the whole shtick.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say one nice thing about Cody Rhodes for tonight. Just one.
Cody Rhodes outkicked his coverage when it came to getting a wife. That is an absolute. I guess it's more of a compliment to Brandy.
I mean, that's
a
compliment to Cody.
No, listen, Cody did a lot of good things, and I think he built up a lot of goodwill. But then he did all this stuff. Wrestling has more than one royal family. He started All In and like, I'll take that bet, Dave Meltzer, and all this other goofy shit. And he smashed a throne on the first pay-per-view, and it's like, this guy's not going back. Like, he had this whole like persona of like, I'm the anti-corporate guy, and then was just immediately like, "Hey guys, got one of them Rolexes lying around?" Like, seemed weird.
No, that's a fair point, but don't you think it was that's why he did AEW? He wanted to be basically Tony Khan, but he couldn't be because he doesn't have the bank.
Yep,
So since
I
that
agree.
didn't work out, he went back to the company that can let him at least get a run in, a legitimate real run, earn
And
his
do
spot at the
something that
top.
his father wasn't able to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's a shoot. I don't think that's a
yeah,
work. I think that's a legitimate shoot for him.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I think a lot of looking back at his AEW career, a lot of it was an audition to get back to WWE.
And be put in a position where I'm coming back and I'm winning that world title. I'm no fucking Stardust, you know,
Right.
Exactly.
Oh
or
yeah.
dashing that fucking
Right.
hard
He
dashing Cody.
leveraged all that goodwill from that indie run into the AEW run. He
Yeah,
leveraged it very well, especially because like that was the first big get for WWE coming from AEW. So the crowd reacted to that even more because he was a big acquisition coming in from AEW. So like that, it just added to the whole thing.
yeah. So I want to move over and talk a little bit about Raw. And I think we have to talk about one of the biggest highlights of the show. And this is solely for Dave Abbey, who is not with us tonight. But Karrion Kross got a victory, ladies and gentlemen. He got a victory, and the crowd was behind him. In with somebody like Sami Zayn, I think they're finally going to start to do something with Kross, and I'm super stoked. But he finally got a win on television.
All right, now let Chairman tell us how it's terrible.
Where do I start?
I knew it.
Here we go.
I think Karrion Kross and Scarlett are fucking superstars. I think they're amazing. I love how he broke his fucking nose, gave himself a crimson mask, and she kissed him and did it to herself, right? So you could tell that they're living their dream right now. I think it's fucking amazing. But I'm just I'm not confident in the booking still. I just don't think he needs a pipe to hit Sami Zayn in the ribs to win. I think it's
Right.
fucking stupid. At the same
I'll give you
time,
that.
this isn't 1997. You don't have to tape up your ribs like DDP. Everyone knows if you have injured ribs, you don't compress them. That makes it worse. So it's fucking stupid. But
Oh,
we can
is that
keep
real?
going anyway. That's a real thing.
Okay.
So the idea here is I just want to see what they're going to write for him next. So he's going to keep feuding with Sami Zayn to put Sami Zayn in the world title picture, maybe for Mania. I don't know, right? And then what does
Do
he
they
do
have a
after
SummerSlam
that?
match yet?
Not
Do they have
yet.
a SummerSlam match yet?
Who?
Well, what are you going to do?
Carrie? No, they didn't make a match for him yet.
But
So I'm
again,
assuming that's
after
the
that
match,
happens,
right?
that's probably going to be the match. Then what happens? Where is he going to go after that? That's the problem. That's
He
the
should
problem I
go
have.
over, honestly.
He should go.
No,
over.
he'll probably go over. But
But then what do you
who
do
does
with
he
him?
do with after that?
Yeah.
He can already did
Probably
AJ.
mid card title.
No, low card title. Give him the cruiserweight title. That works. Put him on. Put him on. Put him on 205. Put him on 205 live. That's still around, right?
Is that even still a thing?
No.
Oh no. Put him
No.
on. Put him on Evolve. He'll be a champ there.
Oh,
That works.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Oh, that Tubi
Christ.
show?
Hey, Tubi gets 8 million views. It's still a show.
Is that right?
Not that show, but Tubi in general.
Oh,
Damn.
I was like, wow, really?
Yeah. it's
No,
not
legit.
that popular.
Tubi's a big streaming platform. It's top 5,
No shit. Huh. I
and
may
it's
have
free
to check it out.
99. It's free 99.
Free 99, just a shit ton of ads.
No, but back to my point. The whole thing is, I love Cross. I think he should go over. He should get a belt eventually. But we all know with the writing how this works. He's hot right now, and then they're just gonna drop him out like they always do. They can't write anything for him. He feuded with everybody. Who hasn't he feuded with? That's at the mid card. Where's he gonna go after? LA Knight? Aren't they on opposite shows?
I'm thinking if AJ beats Dominic, then he feuds with
Oh.
AJ for that belt.
There you go.
Again? We do that again for the
That's
78th
true.
time.
And then does AJ lose already?
Or does AJ lose to Dom, and then you get Dom against Cross? I'm just trying to figure out somewhere that Cross
Oh, who
fits
the
in,
heck
like you
wants to
said,
see?
Sam.
Yeah, but you can't have two heels going for the IC belt.
Well,
That doesn't.
Cross is kind of starting
Karrion
to
Cross is
turn
not
face.
a heel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's starting.
Karrion Cross is a heel. He's using a lead pipe
Weapons.
to beat the biggest face in the company.
But he's over with the crowd. They're cheering for him,
he's over
whether
with the
he's
crowd.
using the lead pipe or not. We are fucked up wrestling fans these days. Like, you do heel shit, but you're
that
over as a
doesn't make
face.
him a face, though. He's still a
I was
fucking
gonna say
heel.
Dom is over right now when
Dom
Dom
gets
does
cheered.
every
Dom
single
is over as
thing
the
in book.
heel, though.
Dom is a
Correct,
heel.
but I'm just saying,
Yes,
in
that's-
general, that's the same thing that's happened with Karrion Cross. He's not really being considered a heel, though. He's being considered the new push by the crowd.
Correct.
No,
Right.
he is a heel who is over. There's a difference. He's not a face.
Nah,
He is a heel. 1,000% heel.
he's not anything actually right now except over.
No, well, I mean, we can't say
don't
over. The lead pipe is over.
But he's doing
That's
heel
an
things.
object.
He's getting
Object
cheered.
that's an object. An object can't be a heel, sweetheart.
It can be a heel when you're under the Triple H regime.
Oh my God.
CM Punk and Gunther had a confrontation.
Well, in that case, then Hulk Hogan was a heel. Then his entire WWF run, as well as his WWE and NWO run, because Hogan did plenty of things to cheat.
Oh yeah, he was a big cheater.
He was a big cheater.
But then Hogan was a heel before NWO.
Well,
The way he was heelish, but again, the crowd cheered for it. But he was cheating. He was cheating. I mean, I'll acknowledge that.
All right, so I have a question. The biggest oxymoron would be this wrestler. What the fuck was Eddie Guerrero when he used to come out to "I lie, I cheat, I steal," and he was
There you
a
go.
what?
that's very fair.
He was a fucking face.
That's true too.
He was,
He was the face
We
of
acknowledged
SmackDown,
him as
and he
a
was a
face,
heel.
and he lied, cheated, and stealed. He used to make noises with a fucking chair, give it to people, pass out, and get disqualified. Come
So,
on
like,
now.
here's the thing, right? If you had gone to the WWE website during that time and pulled up the roster where they used to show it as faces and heels, Eddie Guerrero was listed as a face.
Right.
Yep.
And he lied, cheated,
And he
stealed.
cheated, and right.
And
Maybe in the
just-
video games, but not in real life.
No, this is on the WWE website, bro. It's not in the video game.
There is no WWE website.
There's nothing real life about professional wrestling.
It's real to me.
Damn it!
That's right.
That's your problem.
So
I don't
CM
have
Punk
a
and
problem.
Gunther,
You have a problem.
CM Punk and Gunther had a confrontation to hype up their match. It was what it was. We had another hard-hitting Sheamus Rusev match. Of course, they made it a point to mention a few thousand times that Sheamus has not beaten Rusev one-on-one, and he did on Raw. I mean, that was a great match. It's always cool when you got two big powerhouses that are just going to beat the holy piss out of each other. We had Sam's...
Why let Sheamus win then? If you're gonna mention that, why let him win? What's the fucking point now? What are they building towards? Again, I go back to the story. Who's
He
writing?
can't always lose.
Yes, he can. He's a loser.
No.
He won so much. he won so much when he first came on board, right? And you love this fucking guy. I remember you used to tell you all about this fucking guy. He was a beast back in the day. And he's done. Like, let somebody else. You bring Rusev back just to job him out again? What the fuck is the point?
But see, I don't think it's jobbing out Rusev when he's won the majority of the matches.
No, I
I was
want
gonna
all
say,
of them.
yeah, that was the first time Sheamus won.
Right.
Big deal.
Ever.
One win.
It's not one. He should have none.
I think it was definitely a welcome back from AEW. You're going to lose to the guy you've never lost to kind of thing.
It could be.
He had to agree to it before he went out there. So
So
No, it's his job.
Sam's favorite match of the night was the tag team title #1 contenders match, where the LWO, as we did talk about earlier, did go over. We had the promo with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. Okay, it was
Cares.
it
Yeah.
was what it was. Um, we had the women's tag titles: Bailey and Lyra versus the Judgment Day, um, which was weird because they just beat the shit out of each other at Evolution. But of course, Judgment Day retains the titles. We just talked about Sami Zayn carrying Cross, and then I could watch Stephanie Vacquier and Io Sky wrestle all day and twice on Sunday.
Yep.
It's almost like art watching them, like even at the first 7 minutes of the match, where they were just reversing each other and it was just constant motion and it was seamless and it was just beautiful to watch. The two of them, the chemistry is phenomenal. The match was great. And then even when all the shenanigans happened, I enjoyed it. I can't ever get enough of Chelsea Green, so I'll take her all day. Rhea coming out. The pop every time Rhea comes out is just unbelievable.
Monster.
And what I like is that it was still another no contest between Io and Stephanie, which means we still don't know who's going to win, which means we're still going to get that match and get a conclusion eventually. And I would pay any time of the day to watch those two.
Yeah, and
That was
again,
some of the best work of the night for sure.
this is another thing with even Io. She spent time in Mexico. She was on Lucha Underground. She spent time in Japan, obviously, and it's just the experience of both of them they have in that style with the reversals and all that. You know, you gain that from working that style a lot, and yeah, they mesh really well together for that reason.
This is what happens when you allow two workers to work and do what they do best, and don't get in too much into fucking weeds. Just
That.
let them. That's it.
Absolutely.
Very true story. Very true story. And that brings us to the main event. And the OTC, the Tribal Chief, has returned. And it looks like now we are officially setting up, I think they made it official, Roman and Jay back together again to face Braun and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. So, very cool. How do we think that goes down? I actually think Jey Uso and Roman need to lose, and they need to complete their new bloodline, whatever it's going to be. Who's going to be the next Uso that joins them? I feel like there's still somebody else, maybe Zilla. Zilla showed up in TNA, I think, with Enzo.
Yeah.
And there's affiliations now with WD, so you never know. So I think we might be getting a little closer. I think it might be too soon for Zilla, especially, now with TNA. But somebody else maybe, I don't know. But I feel like something's coming.
It'll be Jimmy.
Well,
I
you
did
got Jimmy,
read that.
but you still need one more.
I read
Well,
Jimmy.
is the fourth rope doing any affiliation with WWE though, or are they only exclusive with TNA? Because Zillow is apparently with the fourth rope.
Just
as their
TNA
champion.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Just TNA so far.
So I don't know if the fourth rope has any WWE affiliation yet.
Well,
So
no, especially
it's not
because
going to be
it's
Zilla.
Well, most
I-
most of the rings that I wrestled in have 3 ropes, so I don't care about the 4th rope.
Fourth rope is in your mind, bro. The fourth rope is all in your mind. I don't know.
Oh, got it. I learned. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Did you guys see the video when Raw went off the air that Roman started yeeting with the crowd?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
God.
that.
There is footage. It's interesting to watch Roman Reigns yeeting, but he did
You
it.
mean to show what little rhythm he has?
Right?
Hey,
He-
remember the
yeah.
time when Jey Uso left the bloodline so he could become world champion and do it on his own? It's just me, Uso. And all of a sudden now his larger, better cousin has to show up to save the day and do his dance to get him over again. I find it very ironic that this is what we need right now. Or is it because Seth Rollins is actually injured that we have to bring back the OTC 1 now? Because he's version 1 now. He's Matt Hardy.
won that.
Oh God.
So I mean, yeah.
Roman
that
likes
makes
Reese's
a lot of
Pieces.
sense. He loves Reese's Pieces.
Well, now here's the thing though too, right? Because everything that we've been hearing and kind of thinking about is that Roman was coming back and they were gonna do the whole Roman Seth deal. Now, if Seth truly is out, they have to change course. So, for time being, to make sure that Roman's on the card, you do this tag match.
It's smart business because anything Reigns is on is going to go over. But
did you see
again,
did you see the number that came out? I read something. I don't remember if it was. It couldn't have been SummerSlam. I don't know. It was some absurd number of views of something with Roman minute he came back. And
it was his return, the return on Raw.
Yeah.
Like 5.8 million views or something like that.
In less than like 12 hours or something.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, from last
numbers.
week. Yeah. Yeah.
Tara, when you have a chance, go back and listen to the beginning because we kind of dove into this pretty heavy. But they haven't really announced anything. It's more of whether or not we think it's a work, half a work, or a real deal. So we're still kind of in limbo. But other than that, that brings us to the top of the hour. Anybody have anything before we take it home?
Yes, one thing.
Fuck Goldberg?
Fuck Goldberg.
There it is.
Fuck Goldberg.
I'm waiting for Sam to tell us how Goldberg's great. Now we've all just said fuck Goldberg. He's all like, actually, I like the guy.
Who, Goldberg? Are you out of your mind?
Well, it was just that I was keeping with the theme of you being contrary to everything that we said. So I just didn't know if you were going to say something nice about Goldberg after the fuck. Goldberg.
It's impossible to say anything nice about that fuck. I hate that guy.
I was going to say, even Sam can't be that bad.
Goldberg is fucking terrible. Jesus Christ, is he bad?
Well,
that's that. I guess we end the show as we've been weeks.
On that note.
How did he catch
Goldberg?
Catch the check $30 million and then fucking complain afterwards?
Yeah, your phone's breaking up, but I got most of that. Yeah, guys, this is the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us on social media at TagMeADate. That's all one word. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook and YouTube under that same name, Tag Me a Date. TikTok's a little different. TikTok is the War Report Podcast, and that's all one word. Give us a follow on our social media sites. Instagram and TikTok, we post reels or shorts about the show we had leading up to the next Tuesday show. And on Facebook and YouTube is where you can see us live. If you go to Facebook and you type in the War Report, you'll get to our page, hit the thumbs up, and that will put our live stream right into your Facebook main feed. Or if you go to YouTube, type Tag Me Date in the search bar, you'll find our page. You hit the subscribe button and you hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live or upload a new video. And that will give you a notification on your phone or your tablet when we go live, which is 9 p.m. Eastern every single Tuesday. If you prefer an audio version instead of this video version, you can go to your favorite podcast app, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, and search for The War Report, search for Tag Me a Date. You'll find our logo. And on the podcast, hit the subscribe button, and the audio version will be delivered to your device as soon as Ryan uploads it. And that's it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. And on your way out, if you could leave a like, if you want to give it a share, if you want to just let your friends know about the podcast that is The War Report After Dark. And with that, we'll be back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on a Tuesday night for another edition of The War Report After Dark. Have a great one, everybody.
Yeah, I gotta go.